All right, well, somebody who definitely isn't listening to her local government is Mom Sarah Brady. She's a mother, and she was recently filmed arguing with a police officer for almost an hour after allegedly being instructed to leave the playground that had been closed to prevent the spread of COVID-19, much like many playgrounds across America. So according to the Daily Dot, after saying that she had a right to be there, the confrontation resulted in Sarah being handcuffed and arrested after she asked the officer to do so for not leaving. So ladies, Sarah has since apologized, but what do you make of this in the video? Because seeing the video is important.
Ma'am, I have told you to exit numerous times. This is it. Exit the playground area. Now. Ma'am, you have 5 seconds.
Do it. Record it.
Okay, this is not... Officer, you don't want to do that. Officer, you don't...
You're being detained right now.
Am I being arrested or detained?
How it all went down.
She had a whole hour to talk to the police? A whole hour?
There was a lot of talk.
And lived with no altercation, with no being taken away, with no face being thrown down.
That police officer was so kind.
Right.
Why?
Well, and I believe, I've said this before, there are certain people who act in this manner because they know they can. And they know that they could actually get away with that. So you definitely saw a lot of privilege in this scenario. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I know at one point she was saying that her kids need vitamin D. But it's just me. The last place I want to be right now is a playground. Kids already there's lots of germs, but if we are going to be safe, obviously, because of COVID-19 that's happening right now, I wouldn't even be there.
Everybody, I think, has cabin fever right now. A lot of us
we're all suffering from it.
6 weeks. We're all having cabin fever. A lot of people are doing crazy stuff. This woman and they weren't even practicing social distancing.
No, and there were lots of people there.
You had the kids in Chicago they just threw a party. They said, forget it. We gonna throw a party.
Turned their house into a club.
But what I did like is that he did arrest her. So in the past, maybe that would not have happened. But now, because of can I just remind everybody that this is a deadly, contagious disease.
Yes.
This is nothing to play with. Just because you not sick, or maybe the people around you ain't sick, don't mean that people ain't sick. You need to look at the news. You need to talk to somebody. Go on Facebook and look at different accounts, and you will see that this is serious. So all we have to do is try to play our part. I think we're forgetting that. Everybody's like, I've been cooped up. Forget that.
He was not playing her part.
And then what made me upset was it wasn't just Sarah, but it was other moms ganging up on this police officer. First of all, I haven't seen a number of people ganging up on a police officer and keeping it that calm, because you know what would happen in any other situation with anybody else, right?
Why y'all ain't saying what it really is?
Oh, it's race, for sure. She was a white lady, and if 100%. This was somebody of another race, I don't think it would have gone nearly as calmly. That's what my comment was in the beginning about. She had a whole hour. Like he was pleading with her for a whole hour. That never would have happened in another situation.
Call for backup.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, the tasers would have been out. Mom would have been on the floor.
Somebody would have been face planted.
I saw someone say that a group of Karens is called a privilege, and I haven't recovered yet.
What I'm saying is,
like how there's like a flock of geese is called a gander. A herd of Karens, a group of Karens is called a privilege.
Wow.
No, what I'm telling you is the privilege was so next level that in her mind, she actually believed she was the only one going through this.
Yeah.
Like she thought, why are you doing this to me?
Actually, throughout the line, what about my constitutional right when it comes to shutting down the parks for your damn safety? I cannot.
You are not the only one. This park is not just shut to you, ma'am. It's shut to everyone. We're all going through this. We're in this together.
This is a weird time, though, where I feel like, don't get me wrong, this to me is definitely an example of privilege, but I've also seen people of just all different race, nations, creeds, and ages just acting like they're somehow being radical by defying the 6 feet distance, by defying, the stay at sheltering
like
at home,
spring
by
break.
defying wearing
Spring break
masks.
was a perfect example of that, Amanda.
And I don't. It's not an example of radicalism. It's being a rebel without a cause, and it makes it very dangerous for other people. And to me, it's, again, I've said this before, it's a reflection of your own ethics and morality that I had a conversation with someone in the store again, where I was looking at some lipsticks and the person came up dead close to me and I created distance and they were like, ugh. And I didn't even say anything. I just created distance. And I was like, can you let me know when you're finished looking so I can come back? And they were like, well, I don't know when I'm going to be done looking. I said, I'll wait.
For clarity, just so because I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that this is a couple of moms with kids, and they are putting their kids in this type of scenario. Did one person even have a mask on?
Nope.
Did they have a mask? Did they see? So this wasn't really about, I think,
vitamin D.
She wanted to do what she wanted to do because she was having cabin fever and she was going crazy. So she wanted to go out and do it, and somebody told her that she couldn't, and she didn't.
All the moms thought
would
that.
Would we be more understanding if she had owned up and been like, you know what? I have cabin fever. I'm bugging out.
That's real.
Because I feel like I would respect that. But when you make it about constitutional rights and all this other hullabaloo, it just sounds like everything you're saying, James.
I think
and when all your cronies also say the same thing. That's the crazy part. When all your friends, like if us five right now are in a situation and one of us got approached by authority to just say, hey, you're not supposed to be doing this, I'm pretty sure one of us would step up to be like, nah, it's not worth it. Let's go. Or something.
Everybody is having cabin fever, and this country needs to realize that we still have a contagious disease that we have no vaccine for, that we barely have tests for. So it's a serious thing, and try. You need to stay at home.
I think they were just like these other protesters. They just put it under the guise of their children, but they're just like these other protesters who have been, just excluding themselves from the shelter in place and showing up with guns and no masks on government property, et cetera, and having no repercussions. But they really feel like they are doing something and they are showing their rights as Americans, and they're really showing their booties as Americans who don't care about Americans.